Oh, hello YouTube, I'm Dapie45 and welcome to my channel. So I do really care about the earth and I do want to see it preserved. So that's why I'm doing my part and tying myself to this tree. Because if I tie myself to this tree, it will prevent it from being cut down. So I'm just going to stay here, and if anyone tries to cut it down, I'll tell them to stop and that they can't do it. So if you'll excuse me, I'm just going to be saving the world one tree at a time. Oh my goodness, who knew saving the world was going to be so boring? I'm just sitting here doing nothing. I know what I could do to keep myself entertained. I could watch a movie. And I've had that movie, The Lorax. It's all about saving trees and saving the planet. If I watch that, that'll keep me entertained for at least a little bit. So if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go right inside and watch the Lorax. I can't do that. If I leave, the tree's unguarded and it could be risked at getting cut down. I guess I can always watch it on my phone. Alright guys, I'm gonna watch the Lorax now, and I'll see you guys afterwards. Alright, I just finished watching the Lorax, and now I think it's time I do a movie review. So I'm gonna go up to the set, and then I can't do that either. Oh my goodness, I have to stay stuck here. Alright, well I guess I could do the movie review here. It's gonna look a little different, but you know, saving the trees and all. The Lorax follows this kid named Ted who wants to learn more about trees and give a tree to this girl that he really likes in order to impress her. And in trying to get a tree, Ted finds out what really happened to the trees and why they all disappeared. In my opinion, this is an interesting movie, has interesting aspects. Of course, there's a lot added to it that was not in the original book by Dr. Seuss. But that's because they had to make this a full-length feature film, while Dr. Seuss's book is very short, and if they just told that, it would be a very short movie. So I do get why they did that, but of course there's a lot of different things that have been added. Like the character of Ted, you don't really get to know him in the book, but in this movie you get to really know him more and what his intentions are about learning about trees. And the tone between the book and the movie are very different, because the book is very dark and how it tells the story. And of course the movie does have some dark aspects, but for the most part, it's pretty happy, of course, when going to the town of Threenville. And it's just very interesting how they did it, because of course they didn't want to make the people mad saying that corporate America is bad, but of course they want to try to tell the story of environmentalism. So it was very odd how they did it, and they had to make a lot of cuts from the original plan of the movie. But of course this movie does have some pretty good animation and some catchy music. Of course it brings that style of architecture and buildings and trees, how Dr. Seuss drew them, into life in this movie. And it's very interesting how it's done. I really appreciate it. And of course the music is very catchy. You'll be stuck in your head all day long after you watch this movie. And this movie does have some pretty big name actors and people in it, such as Taylor Swift and Danny DeVito, who do a really great job. And however, the characters that they establish are, you don't really get to know them as much, I guess. Like the character of Ted. You know that he wants to impress this girl, but you don't really have that connection with him. It's more with the once-ler you do, but he's not the main character. So this movie's kind of weird in that aspect that I was not too much of a fan of. But other than that, it was pretty good with the story and the message it was trying to send. But of course, the message that it is trying to send is kind of dark, but they didn't want to go as dark, so they tried to lighten it up for this kids movie. So it's a very weird way how they did it. It works to a certain extent, but not how much it probably could have worked. I give this movie my final rating of 7 out of 10. It's an interesting movie and it's enjoyable to watch. It's just very weird how it tells the story and who is the main character and how it shifts. But other than that, it is interesting. If you're interested in the story of the Lorax, I do suggest you watch it. But if not, it's not like you're missing a whole lot. But of course, the music kind of does add to some of the experience, which I did enjoy a lot. Well, that was my review of the Lorax. So I guess I'll just wait here and make sure no one cuts this tree down. I think it's gonna rain. I should probably call someone to come get me in. Oh no, my phone died. I can't stay here. This is a flooding area. If it starts raining, I'll get drowned here. Please someone, if you're watching this, send help before it gets too late.